how to make a door, just like you saw earlier, that works when you put on armor. And you could have it work when you take off armor, or if you eat, or even if you jump, or maybe even if you just walk by. So, to start off with, what you're going to want to get is this for the door, and these items are for the actual powering thing. Now this is just for the crafting recipe for the Sculk, and this is optional. This is so that the Sculk doesn't make a sound when it detects you, and this is so you can actually break the Sculk if you misplace it. So as you probably could have guessed earlier, this build is going to be divided into two segments. First is the power, which this is just an example if you want to just get an idea of how big it'll be and how it actually works, although I'm sure there's a better uh, way to build this. This is just what I came up with, and I actually got this build from a video which I'll link in the description. Same with the door build, and this is just the redstone for the door. It's pretty nice. I'll again link the build video in the description, and I'm going to show y'all how to actually build the door and the power and to connect them up. This is just an example of the Sculk working. If I jump, you'll see every time I jump that powers. This is just a door with a simple lever, and this is if you put them all together. As you saw earlier, if I equipped armor, it'll open and I can walk through. Equipped armor again, it will close. And you don't have to have it in your hotbar. You can just pick it up, place it back. But just to make it quicker, I have it in my hotbar. Anyway, though, that's everything you'll see here. And make sure for the book that you have it paged from 1 all the way to 30. And you can number it however you want. But the reason you want to have 30 pages is to be able to go up to a power output of 15. And this is everything linked up and combined. You'll notice that there is a small change where instead of just linking it up, simple, nice and easy, just linking redstone, there is an extra step involved. I'm not smart enough to truly understand why, but for some reason, if you try to power this door with any power that comes from a repeater, which this build does, it doesn't work, so I had to find a way to bypass that, and this is the simplest thing I found. I'm sure there's probably other ways that might work better. This is just what I figured out. Anyway, let's get into the build. So you're going to want to first start off with your sticky pistons. You're going to place 3 of them like so, another 3 on top of those, and then your normal pistons. And then you're going to place your 9 door blocks, and these all have to be gravity blocks, so anything that falls, so sand, gravel, concrete powder, anything like that, that'll work just fine for this. And then next you're going to take redstone dust, put 3 of them like so, and then you're going to want to do a repeater and another repeater, and then an observer on top of this one. Make sure it's facing down, so if you need to, you can break that, place a block, and then place the observer. And then you're going to put it on forward tick delay. Going to take redstone dust from this, put it right there. Make sure you put a block in front of that repeater. And then you're going to go place a block here, 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 and here. And then you're going to put dust here, here, and here. Going to take your slabs, put them right here. Put redstone dust on top of each one of these. Going to then put dust right here. Going to put another block right here. Repeater, 4 ticks, block, and another block with dust. And then from here, go out like that, and place redstone dust, sticky piston facing down, and right your redstone block like that. And then that should be everything done. Pretty simple build. And then obviously your floor is going to be here. And if you just want the door, then this is all you need. You're done. You have your door. Place a lever. It'll flick open. and it'll close. And if that's all you needed from this video, then you are done. That's everything. But if you're wanting the full thing, then just keep watching. Okay, so if you want to make that and connect it to the door, or if you just want to separate, then you can just take what I do and just not connect it to the door if that's what you're into for some reason. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to connect them up. So what you're going to want to do is place a block from here, like so, and you're going to place a sticky piston facing towards this repeater with a redstone block. You can then break these blocks, and then you're going to go and use your glass. So first I'd recommend just placing blocks and everything. That way, if you don't have silk touch or if you only have so much glass, you don't waste it all. And just make sure that you have the right blocks made of glass. And you're only going to need 4 pieces of glass. But if you're anything like me in survival and you do anything with glass, you're going to end up needing more because you're going to misplace something or accidentally break it. Or if you're also like me and you have stick drift, it'll just completely ruin everything when you go to build. Anyway, though, you're going to go from this redstone dust here, you're going to want to go up and over 4 blocks. So up 1, and then over 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Block here, redstone torch here. Going to want 2 repeaters like this, and then you're going to want to go and place 2 repeaters like this. You're going to want to put another block here, redstone torch, dust, and go ahead and dust all of this up, and your door will activate. And then you're going to go and place another, no, not a block, hold on. Let me get this out. This is where you're going to want your Sculk to be. And then you're going to take redstone dust from that. And you're going to place your comparator, place your lectern, and then make sure you have your book that has 30 pages in it. And you're going to place that. And depending on what page you have selected will change what the Sculk reacts to. So I recommend placing on either 3, 4, or 5. And the reason that I would recommend those is 3 is if you're eating an item, it'll activate. 4 is if you unequipped armor. 5 is if you equipped armor. And there's other things that also activates them on these different pages. But the main things that I use, if you're obviously a player like I am, is eating, unequipping armor, and equipping armor. Now, if you want it to activate when you walk, you can just put it on page 1. If you want it to activate when you jump, you can put it on page 2. However, be careful, because if you place it exactly how I did, and you have it set up to where you jump and it activates, it will activate itself from the sound of the actual machine going off if it's too close. So make sure you have it, see, right there. I can no longer actually keep it open because the sound of those blocks falling is the same as if I jump, and it just keeps activating. So if you want it to be set on 2, make sure it's far enough away where it doesn't detect those blocks falling. So for now, I'm going to set it to 5. And that would be everything for your build. The only other thing you can do, and this is completely up to you on if you want your Sculk to make the sound that it makes when it detects stuff, you can get rid of that by breaking a block here, breaking 2 blocks here, and placing water. And to test if it worked, you can just put on armor if you have it set like me, or jump, whatever you have it set to. And if you hear the Sculk go off, then you obviously didn't actually put water on it. And if you're sitting here with water on it and it's still making sound, then I think it's like a bug, but I've had it happen to where I waterlogged the block but not actually have water flow. So just try to replace the water and it should work. And that's everything for the build. So have fun with your new secret door that all your friends are going to be trying to figure out how to get into. Of course, if they see you take off armor and put it back on every time you go to open it, then they're probably going to figure it out. So make sure they're not looking. Anyway, if you liked the video, please consider subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one. So, peace.